Hey everyone, so let's talk about one of the classic travel dilemmas out there, Thailand or the Philippines. If you've been dreaming about that perfect Southeast Asian getaway, I'm willing to bet this is a question you've asked yourself. Well, good news, because we're about to break it all down and help you figure it out.
So yeah, let's just get right into it. We've got two of the most incredible, beautiful, and popular spots on the planet. And on the surface, they seem pretty similar, right? You've got amazing beaches, fascinating cultures, food that's to die for. But trust me, the actual experience of being in each one is totally different. So how in the world do you choose?
And honestly, that's the whole point. This isn't about us declaring a winner. The person whose experience this is all based on said it perfectly. Trying to say which one is better is pretty much impossible. Instead, what we should be doing is just comparing them. Our job here is to lay out the differences so you can see which one really speaks to you.
And the info we're drawing from here, it's the real deal. It comes from someone who's really been there. We're talking 4 years living in Thailand and 4 solid months exploring and getting to know the Philippines. So this isn't just stuff from a travel brochure, it's a real on-the-ground comparison.
Okay, first up, and you could argue this is the most important part of any trip, the food. I mean, come on, a country's food tells you so much about its soul, and believe me, both of these places have some incredible stories to tell on a plate. So in one corner, you've got Thailand, which is just a global powerhouse of food. You know the flavors, that perfect sweet, sour, salty, spicy balance you get in a bowl of tom yum, or the incredible pad thai from a street cart. But then, you've got the Philippines, which is a whole other kind of food adventure. It's this amazing mix of Spanish, Chinese, and Malay influences. We're talking savory, garlicky adobo, or the unique sour punch of sinigang. It's a flavor profile that's totally its own thing.
All right, next round, the scenery. Let's talk about those jaw-dropping, postcard-perfect views that probably got you dreaming about this trip in the first place.
When you think of Thailand, you're probably picturing those epic limestone cliffs shooting straight out of these emerald green waters, right? It's famous for that, with really accessible island hubs like Phuket or Koh Samui. The Philippines, though, is an archipelago. We're talking over 7,000 islands. So it offers this more scattered, almost undiscovered kind of beauty. You can literally hop between islands and find your very own private lagoon or a stretch of pure white sand that feels like it's never been touched. You know, the source for all this info put it best when trying to describe the natural beauty you find there. The reaction was just a very real, unfiltered, wow, wow. And that pretty much perfectly captures that feeling of being just completely and utterly blown away by the landscapes. So moving on from the amazing sights, let's talk about something that's just as important, the people, the culture, and just the overall vibe of a place. Because let's be real, that can totally make or break your trip. A place is so much more than its landmarks. It's about the conversations you have with locals, the energy you feel on the streets, that thing you just can't quite put your finger on, the vibe. Now, both countries are known for being incredibly welcoming, but the way their cultures are set up creates two very, very different experiences for travelers. Okay, let's get down to the practical stuff. How much is this whole dream trip actually gonna cost? And how easy is it to get from point A to point B? For a lot of us, this is the part that really seals the deal. As you can see pretty clearly here, there is a difference. Now, both places are definitely affordable, but Thailand's tourist trail is so well developed that it often ends up being a little bit easier on your wallet, especially if you're backpacking. I mean, think endless cheap hostels and amazing street food everywhere. The Philippines is also really affordable, but the cost of all those flights and ferries to hop between islands, well, that can start to add up. And a big part of that difference really comes down to infrastructure. All that means is how developed the whole system is for travelers. Thailand has this incredibly mature, super extensive network of buses, trains, and airports, all built for tourism, which makes getting around unbelievably simple. The Philippines, being a huge collection of islands, naturally has a few more logistical hurdles. But hey, for some people, that's all part of the adventure.
So, we've covered the food, the scenery, the people, and the practical stuff. Now it's time to pull it all together and really figure out which one of these incredible destinations is calling out your name.
After putting them head to head, we're right back where we started. Which one is it? Which country comes out on top? Which flight should you be looking up right now? And here's the real answer. There is no single winner. The best destination, the one that wins, is the one that's right for you. It's all about finding the country whose personality is a perfect match for your own travel style. And this chart basically breaks it down perfectly. If your top priority is world-class food that everybody knows and loves, super easy travel,
and a really fun, established tourist scene, then yeah, Thailand is your spot. But if you're craving raw adventure, landscapes that feel totally untouched, and a culture that's really unique and distinct, then the Philippines should be at the very top of your list.
Look, at the end of the day, you absolutely cannot go wrong with either choice. Both of them are going to give you the adventure of a lifetime. So the only real question left is the one you see right here. Based on what really matters to you, where are you going to go first?
Extra prepare for our arrival.